Child, can you believe that Kevin Hunter is back in court, demanding to see all of Wendy Williams' financial records? And how convenient that he is demanding for the financial records, right after putting a ring on Sharina Hudson's finger. Are they like hoping to get a paycheck to finance a wedding or something? Baby, these two really need to rest and just leave Wendy alone, especially considering Wendy's recent situation, which I will also get into. The last time I checked, there were reports about Sheena ditching Kevin because he had run out of cash.
Now, I am hearing that her ex-husband Kevin and Sharina are no longer together, and you know what that is.
Well, come on now.
The money gone.
But as it seems, these two went ahead and got married, and they are now going after Wendy's money as a married couple. The audacity, OMG. In case you missed it, Kevin announced on Instagram that he's married to his longtime side piece Sharina. He paid tribute to Sharina for her birthday and described her as his wife in all caps with 2 red exclamation points in a post where he was like, "Happy birthday, my queen mother chef wife. If you want it, you can get it for the rest of your life, baby." So he really went ahead and married Sharina. Okay, but how are they going to sustain the marriage? You bet I know the answer to that. Apparently, Kevin is still going after Wendy's money. And I'm not even kidding, kid. Financial record that he claimed were promised to him during mediation in the divorce case. Can you believe that now Kevin already tried to take Wyatt to court because he was falling behind on bills he put the house he was living in with Sharina up for sale? And he also took 2 loans out on 2 luxury cars through a company called Flex Wealth. In addition, he was also hit with a lawsuit from UBS Bank accusing him of refusing to pay up on his credit card and clearly place. Because why is he back in court again demanding to see Wendy's financial records? Is he not tired of going after Wendy's money to sustain Sharina and their daughter? Maybe Kevin told Sharina that he has a plan on how to get Wendy to give them money, and that is why she agreed to marry him anyway. In the court documents, Kevin says on December 8, 2022, "I attended mediation with Wendy's counsel and Wendy's news mediation. Wendy's counsel and guardian agreed to provide statements to accounts and bank records they claimed to have gotten permission from the New York court to provide." He then says that despite supposed assurances from Wendy's guardian and her attorney that they would provide him with Wendy's bank records, they never materialized. So by December 19, after reportedly failing to get any further correspondence from Wendy's team, Kevin said he emailed the mediator and copied all parties addressing lack of transparency and bad faith in their lack of honesty in mediation. He says he continued reaching out without further communication from Wendy's team regarding his request for Wendy's financial records when finally on February 8, 2023, a letter was received from Wendy's counsel stating that the guardian was only providing bank statements for the months of November and December of 2022. Kevin also claims that the offer to review the 2 months of Wendy's bank statements had other stipulations attached that were not previously discussed or agreed to. Adding, the letter further stated that I could only review the documents in the mediator's office. This was not the agreement. The agreement was from all the records from the date of dissolution until current. Basically, what this means is that Kevin has reopened their divorce case in court after out-of-court mediation yielded no results. Apparently, he had payments being made to him based on his marital settlement agreement with Wendy, and he claims in the new court documents that those payments suddenly ceased in January 2022 when Wendy's bank Wells Fargo locked her out of her accounts and they suggested a guardianship hearing. Now, I don't know what part of Wendy has no our money. Kevin doesn't understand cause that has been made clear a few times, including by Wendy herself.
My thing is that I've been asking questions about my money. And when I began asking questions about my money, suddenly Lori Schiller has got no response regarding my money. I want my money. This is not fair. And Wells Fargo has no questions and answers with regarding my money. This is not.
Well, with Kevin demanding to see Wendy's financial record, sources close to the negotiations told The Sun that during one meeting between the parties in December 2022, The mediator, a former New Jersey judge, told Kevin and his team that there is no more money at the time. That mediation sessions were aimed at resolving Kevin's claims that he is owed money from their marital settlement agreement. But despite the judge's statement about Wendy's financial affairs, Kevin was insisting that there was no proof offered to him to support the allegation that Wendy has broke. Kevin's argument is that when Wendy's bank first petitioned to seize her Wells Fargo account had a lot of money then. For those who recall, Wendy's Wells Fargo accounts were frozen at the start of January 2022 due to the bank's allegations that she may be a victim of financial exploitation. And I remember even Wendy ranting about not having access to her money.
All of a sudden, there was just this wall that went down, and the family was blocked out. It was in April of 2022, and the contact from that point on has been so limited.
So from the time her Wells Fargo accounts were frozen, and the time Kevin claims Wendy had no money left was just under a year, and according to Kevin, it doesn't make sense that the money disappeared within a year. The assumption is that Wells Fargo, not Wendy, stopped the payments to Kevin that were agreed to in the marital settlement agreement, and the Guardian continued on with the payment stoppage after that. Kevin is saying that Wendy had enough money when they were divorced to pay him out in one shot at that point, and that she had enough even in the guardianship agreement to pay him out, and now he is demanding ending to see all the financial records and wants the Guardian to resume paying his alimony. You know, a lot of people are saying that Kevin is just taking advantage of the fact that Wendy's family has recently complained about the guardianship, and he is using that doubt on the guardianship to demand the financial records. You see, before Wendy's documentary aired, the family members spoke to People magazine and said that they don't know where she's being treated. They don't know what kind of treatments are taking place, and they can't contact her directly, like they only hear from Wendy. If she calls, Wanda is even quoted as saying the people who love her cannot see her. I think the big question is, how the hell did we get here? The family members also say they blame the lack of communication on Wendy's guardian, whose identity is private, and according to the family, that person is the only one with full access to Wendy Williams. Later on, Alex Finney was on The View claiming that they had no say on the guardianship. They had no way of communicating with Wendy about what was happening in the family, including her father being sick, and most times it took up to months for the guardian to get back to them with any sort of information. So now Kevin is also using that doubt that has already been placed on the guardianship to be like, oh yeah, the guardian is also responsible for my checks not coming through well. Maybe with the documentary coming out, Kevin also feels like Wendy still has money, and he could get a bit of cash as well. Speaking of the documentary, that was just pure exploitation. Apparently, Wendy may not have realized that she was filming a documentary in her dementia and alcohol struggle. Under US law, a person has to consent to be filmed for a documentary. And if Wendy was drunk like it was reported, and like we saw in the documentary, or facing dementia, she may not have legally given Lifetime the consent to film her. Reportedly, while Wendy was filming the documentary, she had no idea what the camera crews were around for. According to sources close to her, she believes she was filming podcast promotions at times, but she certainly did not seem to understand it was for a documentary. People who are close to Wendy are also saying that if Wendy was of sound mind when she was filming, she would never have allowed them to tape her without her wig on, because she never wanted to be seen without her hair. Girl child, people are already exploiting Wendy enough for Kevin to be back in court demanding to continue being paid. I mean, he's already chosen to marry Sharina, so why can't they just go on about their lives and just leave Wendy out of it? I honestly don't know why Kevin still insists on going after Wendy money even after marrying Sharina. Thesis side piece, but you let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below.